Alright, I'm gonna change something here real quick at the load screen. Where's this? Add. And it shouldn't look any different to you dudes. I just hit having the screen region. I think that fixed it. Any rate, Niroxs, once again, for those who don't know, he's a European Zerg player. This is the North American server still, the middle ground between these two. HerO has got the good old classic Protoss, no mouth, scary eyes, brood war face. But yeah, this load time. This load time there, eh? I was about to say I might just play the map intro again, Jesus, but okay, welcome back, guys. This is the Acer Team Story Cup. As you can see, I've got a score displayed here in the top right corner of the screen. It is 2-0 in the favor of Team Liquid. We'll see if they can maintain that lead, because spawning here in the top left, the man who's killed 2 of his opponents thus far, Liquid's HerO. And his opponent at the top right, newcomer from mYinsanity. Not one of the biggest names on the team, but a talented player nonetheless. It is mYinsanity's Niroxs. So, again, this is a player a lot of you guys have probably never heard of. You're probably like, this dude doesn't stand a chance. Why is mYinsanity spinning out the no-names versus Team Liquid? And I don't know. Maybe the Koreans aren't available. Maybe they're waiting to pull out the big guns later. Maybe they just want to give their lesser-known players a chance to shine. Whatever the case may be, Niroxs is someone who has beaten a Team Liquid member in the past. First time we got to see him really shine was during DreamHack. He beat out Liquid Ret, and a lot of people were like, WTF? Who's this dude? And it's not at all, I would not, by any stretch of the imagination, say it is impossible for him to beat HerO. But the reality is the gods seem to smile upon this guy today, and this is not going to be an easy game for Niroxs, if anything. Rifkin, will your girlfriend be cast today? Bro, I don't have a girlfriend, man. Why you gotta ask questions like that? That just hurts me right in the feels. You know what I'm saying? Zombiegar's gonna be joining me whenever we catch left to go for StarCraft later on, guys. Again, Penguin is meant to explain this real quick too. Just while we're waiting. Oh, that's good. Is he really gonna do it? It's a late forge. At first I was like, is this bait? But he may actually commit to this. At any rate, to explain the Acer Team Story Cup real quick, while I do enjoy casting it, I always cast as much as I can. That's why I've been doing replays even to an audience of like 100 in the past. One of the things is there's a priority list. Now, because we're the dedicated caster for mYinsanity and they want the additional coverage, I'm supposed to be casting these with Penguin. Penguin has to combination get a hold and rally up the Korean players, and I think there's some renovations going on in the mYinsanity house at the moment. So combination of these two things meant he could not cast today, because he'd have to cast in the same playing room as some of these other guys, and well, we know that that's not cool. So good guy Penguin electing to remove himself from the situation, not want to cause any issues. Now, Niroxs hasn't dealt with the pylon because he thinks this is bait, but he's trying to deal with the probe to make sure that it's nothing more than bait. But HerO's not making this easy. That's a lot of lost mining time going on right now. Waiting for that creep to spread. Probe does go out alive, but I don't know. I kind of almost feel that was worth it. That was, what, 6 drones off of mining? 5 drones off of mining for like, I don't know, a good minute and a half? You gotta figure that was worth something. Anyways, looks like he's actually not going to commit to this in the slightest. It's a bit awkward to see this left alone like this, but there's really no reason to get on top of it unless HerO is going to throw down a cannon. So for Niroxs, a good reaction. Not going to overreact, not going to underreact. I think he handled that pretty perfectly. Granted, the lost mining is kind of like whatever in comparison to, say, losing an actual base to cannons. Now meanwhile for HerO back at home, he's already got the cannon wall set up, he's got his Nexus finishing up. It's not like he committed a lot to that one probe, and that wasn't his intention span for the entire game. He's actually set and ready to go. Pylon will get cleaned up here, And let's not forget, one of the biggest things was getting the scout off with the Overlord, so he knows where his opponent is, he knows what's going on, he can start planning appropriately. Merry-Go-Round's a very intricate map, and one of the things I do rather enjoy about it is that you can't siege every single base with swarm hosts. If we could talk about yesterday's series, if you guys recall, Zervos versus Huck on King Sejong Station was an insanely fun but also incredibly ridiculous game, and a lot of that came to the fact that like swarm hosts can reach a majority of bases on some of these maps. Habitation Station is the worst for it, but a merry-go-round combination cliff hills, further exposed bases, you actually can't do that. So this is not such a good swarm host map, and I don't imagine we'll see it out of Niroxs. But we got a Stargate come down for HerO once again. I guess the big question is, does he open with the Oracle? He really didn't get a lot done with it versus Serral, and I'm wondering if he's just going to test whether Niroxs is that same caliber of player or not. But I think Phoenix is, despite the fact that there's sort of closed air locations on this map, are still my favorite to watch, if not statistically are the best. But I don't know much about statistics. I pull numbers out of my ass all the time, so I couldn't tell you that much. But I do know that HerO's got really good control, so no matter what he ends up coming out with, he'll get some good use out of. And looks like it will actually be the Phoenix first. I like this choice a lot. So one of the things to watch for in the early game, guys, whether you're the Zerg player, whether you're the... Oh, you know what? I missed First Blood. I just finished talking about how I love First Blood getting into this game. That was my favorite emote. You guys do it with me. Here, let's just...
First Blood.
There you go. It has nothing to do with anything because I missed it so badly. Anyways, the Phoenixes I was going to get to, though, there's a really big important thing to look for these Phoenixes. And when they're revealed like this, okay, you need to look for two things as a Zerg player. Number one is the count of Phoenix. Is it 3? Is it 5? Is it 2? Is it 1? Is it bait? Is it 13? Beyond that, too, you need to see and keep an eye on how they're using their energy. If a Protoss player is going for drone kills, if he's going for the queen kills, if he's using a lot of the Graviton Beam energy to harass, then you know that there's not really going to be a follow-up attack anytime soon. But if these Phoenix meander on the map and they don't get a lot done, and there's only 2 of them, Niroxs has to be a little bit worried, a little bit scared. One of the big things is, okay, as he starts revealing the harass, this means there's not going to be that big ground follow-up. There's not going to be 7 gateway warp-ins underneath this. I actually really like this pylon, by the way. It does reach the low ground with its energy field. Can't show it, of course, but it will allow him to warp in outside of the base if necessary. +1 weapons finishing up while this is happening too, and a pylon has been placed all the way over here to the right on its lonesome. So, for HerO, he knows Hydralisks are already coming. You don't see a Zerg player not react to Phoenixes. I mean, I really don't know what else you see. I think Bly is one of the few people we've seen do Muta Corruptor into Phoenixes, but I mean, shy of that, it's pretty much Hydras every single time. Now, because he's been using a lot of energy on this warp-in might not look like it's coming. The problem is, though, even though it's probably going to be about 7 or 8 Zealots, which can normally, quite frankly, kill a hatchery, it's due to the fact that there will be 13+ Hydralisks in play that will shut these down outright. HerO's not going to get anything done here. He might kill a couple drones, maybe a queen, but I feel that's it. However, this looks like it wasn't the main attack, because over here on the right side of the field, in the main, he gets a force one on the ramp to keep all reinforcements out. The Phoenix count he has is enough to deal with the Hydralisks in base, and oh my god, while this happens, he attacks the third at the same time. So I said, you know what, that one attack wasn't going to get a lot done, and I did not even see that War Prison float on over. So this is going to be devastating amounts of damage. The Hydralisk count has dwindled. Phoenix should not die to the Spore Crawler, though. Ooh, loses 1, not a good start. He's going to need another force field on this ramp. That Oracle, or that Sentry, needs to hustle and bustle. Meanwhile, Zealots are going to try and corral these units in. There are 16 Lings popping up, but guys, these are Zealots with level 1 weapon upgrades, so they will 3-shot the Zerglings. Picks up the 2 force fields, or the 2 sentries, I should say. Third base has been absolutely gutted while this is going on. 38 workers have died, and Niroxs is completely caught off guard by this. GG is going to be called, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 in a 3-win streak thus far will go to Liquid HerO. And right now, I don't know what's going on with mYinsanity, but I almost think they need to play Jakshi. Because if they don't play Jakshi soon, they're going to run out of chances to use their Korean players.